I'm David Hazeldine, as you well know. I appoint senior procurement and supply chain practitioners internationally, whether that's interim or permanent. And you are one of our strategic partners, and that's a relationship that we've been cultivating over the last, 12, 18 months. And you know, this strategic partnership has borne the product that we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
Over to you, Tom.
Thanks, David. For me, 25 years or so, procurement and supply chain experience, operating at a CPO level for many years, and worked within manufacturing, financial services, technology, insurance, oil and gas, and rail industry sectors as well, at organizations to include Rolls-Royce, Barclays, BT, HBLV, and Network Rail. Procurement Potential is an advisory services business focused on supporting the success of the CPO and specializing in change and transformation program leadership, supplier and procurement collaboration strategies, bid support, and talent management matters, the conversation for today. We selectively collaborate with other organizations to deliver these services, and Procurement Heads is one of those organizations. And I've known yourself, David, and Rupert for over a decade now, which has led to the PSquared collaboration.
What is PSquared, Tom?
Yeah. PSquared is a talent management service offering. It's all about working with organizations to move from a talent acquisition strategy to a talent management strategy, helping organizations retain their best people and enable existing teams to flourish, to significantly reduce the cost of hire, and equally to protect the internal customer experience. PSquared combines the hands-on practical experience of CPO level leadership with recruitment, market and client knowledge, insights and expertise with yourselves. David, we understand talent. Our collaboration is about the whole being greater than the sum of its parts.
Absolutely.
And PSquared is challenging existing talent practice and is a perfect dovetail fit for contemporary talent management thinkers. We've learned from working in and with many organizations where talent management was no more than a tick box exercise. Yeah. I mean, that's not what PSquared is about. It's forward looking and it's absolutely tuned in to the practical challenges of creating and leading great teams, retaining your top talent. Our engagement style, capability assessment and talent management framework service offering, they're built with strong talent management foundations, which we then personalize for each customer than that typical sort of talent one size fits all approach.
So Tom, how did PSquared come about?
Yeah, I mean, the pandemic that has shone a spotlight, David, on talent management challenges. So it's nothing new. Skills obsolescence is what I describe as a nerve-wracking reality. So talent management is more important, arguably, than ever before.
Yes.
Procurement organizations increasingly, as you well know, face a high level of competition for talent as the demand for talent outstrips supply.
Yes.
And it sits alongside the demands and expectations of key stakeholders and organizations, which of course only continue to grow.
Yes.
So procurement leaders are challenged more and more to develop strategies that map closely to business priorities.
Yes.
CPOs invest significant time, cost and effort to refine the required level of, let's say, technical and analytical competences externally, as well as essential leadership and professional competencies required for executing those high-level strategies. The demand for soft skills coupled with what I describe as analytical insight, is where capabilities also need to be enhanced further. Yes. So companies which excel at talent management increase their revenues and profits, David, significantly faster, much faster than talent laggards.
Yes.
And as that demand for talent outstrips supply, organizations that do not invest in their existing capability, of course, lose their best talent first.
Yes.
And incur significant cost to hire replacements.
Yeah.
If they're able to recruit, the new skills required. The cost of hire is 6 to 9 months of a fully loaded salary on average. And there are also significant hidden costs and impacts too. None more so than that internal stakeholder impact. You don't want to lose your best people. And procurement leaders increasingly talk about customer-centric strategies.
Yes.
As correct and as reassuring as that is, losing your top talent or your best talent does hit really hard.
Yes.
So investing in existing capability is a significantly lower cost solution.
Yes.
One which internal key stakeholders and existing team members as well embrace.
Yes.
And one which will release significant leadership time to focus on those high priority strategies.
What are the key benefits of
Key benefits of PSquared. The benefits are all about the triple bottom line: people, profit, and the planet. When I think about it, talented people working together is the catalyst to deliver profitable growth for the benefit of all stakeholders and customers. We eliminate talent process complexity, enhance manager coaching styles and capability, motivate great people to stay than leave. So, we reduce attrition levels, improve employee engagement results, and impact the bottom line positively. When you experience the customer or stakeholder consequence, David, of losing your best people and work out the maths, to often see as much as a 60% cost of a fully loaded salary, to hire a replacement, if indeed you're successful.
Yes.
But then add in your personal time and other hidden costs, which those hidden costs, they take you away from focusing on your strategic agenda. That a change of approach is non-negotiable.
Who do you think would best benefit from PSquared?
Yeah, I mean, we can work with any organization, but it's very much wanting to work with organizations that are genuinely tuned into moving from a strategy and cost first approach to people first.
Yeah.
We're industry sector agnostic. Between us, we cover a vast range of geographies, and industry sectors, and have worked with many procurement and supply chain teams over the years, ranging from startups right through up to including world class. I think there's a contextual piece as well, David. Contextually, mastering talent management comes down to the challenge of addressing, what I describe as the complex features of the procurement talent market. We know it well, but I sort of think of 3, maybe 4 points. The first of which is clearly the shortage of well-suited applicants. Secondly, very much the cost of hiring to replace lost talent. And thirdly, that sort of the gap of current employee skills against the capabilities to execute. And then really I think about sort of digital procurement, David, and that sort of increasing importance of digital procurement skills. And that's not just about technical.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the sort of other pieces, procurement and supply chain teams, they've got to make, I'd say, 3 critical moves to enable their talent to flourish. The most vital people must be in roles where they create the most significant value, for sure.
Yes.
They must be freed from bureaucratic structures, I'd say designed for a different era, and must be afforded clearly the training and opportunities to continually expand their skills. So, we, under the collaboration of PSquared, we help organizations address both the complex market features and make those critical moves.
How does it work in reality for us?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, practically. Leaders recognize the competitive advantage of talent. Yet the talent practices, as we're describing, their organizations often use or of another era, one designed for predictability, traditional ways of working, where sort of lines and boxes define how people are managed. Yeah. So our service offering is tailored around people, profit, and the planet. Procurement and supply chain leaders who place equal importance on all 3 enjoy stronger teams, improve retention levels, and also enhance company-wide collaboration. So firstly, we provide a capability assessment. A capability assessment where people, not process, comes first. Our approach is forward-looking, focused on competencies which matter now and in the future.
Yeah.
It's a rapid assessment, David, as you know. It's a
Yes.
rapid assessment and includes the development of a competency blueprint for individuals based around simplicity, based around business value. You know, when we talk about the competencies we assess being built around the skills of the future, we're particularly talking about digital, agility, customer centricity, and collaborative working.
Yeah.
Secondly, we've developed a talent management framework, one which people welcome than fear or dread, you know,
Yes.
that sort of, you know, reluctance. You know, it's an approach which is inclusive and relevant to leaders and their teams who embrace learning and development. You know, an approach which will help CPOs to see how even more of their team can become confidently engaged in developing strategies that then continue to focus on, let's say, those more sort of transactional procurement matters. You know, David, I mean, tangible bottom line value add is what we are all about with respect to PSquared. You know, the framework also locks into existing performance management practice. Yet the approach and the design and the development and how we implement it, you know, allows us to retain its uniqueness and differentiation. And thinking about sort of ways of working, you know, our style is to work openly, collaborate at pace, absolutely no surprises. You know, this is not a black box talent solution. We get to know the team quickly. We actively listen to team and organizational challenges. You know, as we know, all situations are different. And we've got the experience to adapt to different cultures, different environments and situations, but with absolutely no loss of authenticity. That is key. And I think the sort of final point is, you know, we believe strongly in that sort of situational learning than that sort of, you know, chalk and talk approach. You know, we make talent management engaging.
How do the organisations that we want to work with engage us?
Yeah, I mean, very simply, for an initial conversation, which would be fantastic, you know, please contact myself on 07999 007 350 or email me at tom@procurementpotential.com. Or of course, contact David or Rupert or one of the team directly. We'd be delighted to have a conversation.